MATATO Maldives Travel Awards is a recognised label initiated by MATATO to provide the Maldives hospitality and tourism industry with recognition for their facilities and service excellence. Awards are presented in different categories across key sectors, with the overriding aim to raise the standard of service and practices within the Maldivian tourism industry. The grand finale award ceremony for the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards 2014 will be held at Karumba, Maldives on the 21st of November. Maldives Association of Travel Agents and Tour Operators, MATATO, is the most active tourism-related association in Maldives. Since its humble beginning, the association is steadily progressing for the betterment of travel agents and to the broader tourism sector. Established in 2006 by a group of enthusiastic tour operators in Maldives, MATATO is living up to its mission of taking the travel and tourism industry of the Maldives forward through unity, empowerment and cooperation.
It started with about 15 or 20 members. Right today we have I think close to 70 members. Now we are not just limiting ourselves to local agents. We also have something we call as the allied members, which is the hoteliers or the suppliers, whether it be guest houses or even city hotels. So even last month we had about 5 new members join in. So every month there is, given that we have a lot more activity, we have a lot more participation, and we are trying to go and participate in new travel shows, have sort innovative workshops or training sessions where the members benefit immensely. So there is a reason to be part of MATATO.
MATATO is a membership association acting as a catalyst for the development of the travel agents industry in Maldives. The travel agents and the public sector as a whole understand the economics behind the travel agents industry and its importance to the Maldives economy. The beauty of MATATO is its continuous lobbying efforts, consultative approach and its close collaboration with all the relevant stakeholders.
To convey a common voice and also to make sure that we promote a sort of close collaboration between the agents so that they can all work together rather than individually. So that was the dream when MATATO started, to bring together all as one and start moving forward as one voice.
Perhaps the biggest and most ambitious initiative MATATO has introduced so far is the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards. Honouring excellence in hospitality, the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards is regarded as the travel and hospitality industry's most respected and prestigious recognition. Launched in 2012, MATATO Maldives Travel Awards is the only recognition of its kind awarded in Maldives for the tourism industry.
Like I said, we have been talking about the Travel Award almost from the inception of MATATO. And this was something that we saw an area that was a space that was required. There was no such award to really recognize almost all the resorts. Okay, there was the Green Award and things like that that came on and off by the government authorities, but there was no common platform where there was an award that recognized almost all the different aspects of tourism in Maldives. Of course, even the Travel Awards is still very much limited, which is why we're trying to come up with new categories and things going forward. Of course, High Rise came on board and we felt that they were the right partner for us to handle this event, and that's how what we were planning for several years came to reality.
Since the first edition in 2012, the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards continues to be the most anticipated travel event of the year. Year upon year, the level of interest both at home and overseas has grown, with the number of participants always higher than the previous, proving that the industry has embraced the awards and taking their nominations more seriously.
The response has been very good. Year by year we see more people taking part in this award. I think it speaks for itself. I think compared to last year, this year we had more participation. Last year compared to the previous year we had more participation. So every year we have more resorts, more city hotels. As this year we had actually more guest houses on board, even more liveaboards on board.
Now in its third consecutive year, and after some minor adjustments, MATATO has settled on a format that selects the best of the destination Maldives in 23 categories. Being the first and only award recognition for the tourism industry, MATATO is committed to developing this accolade to make it well-adjudged and industry-acclaimed recognition. One example of this effort was the appointment of premier audit and accounting firm AH Associates, an associate of Crown Hall Business Alliance, to oversee this year's judging process. In a move that will see an audit firm engaged in awards of this type for the first time in the Asia region, the appointment of AH and Associates aims to enhance the accuracy and credibility of the awards, whilst also bringing a greater transparency to the entire process. MATATO has also taken a slightly different approach when assembling the judging panel this year.
If you look at the judges that we have picked up, rather than going after heavyweights in terms of the industry, this time we have gone after institutions. So we invited people like the Tourism Ministry, Economic Ministry, Tourism Board to come on board and see, and even the Faculty of Tourism. So we've got these institutions this time involved, and I think the response so far has been very good. The online voting has also been quite promising.
But the highlight of the entire process for MATATO is undoubtedly the grand finale award ceremony, which continues to deliver special moments.
Being the third event, we're going to be in the beautiful island of Kuruma, which is one of the first resorts that was built in Maldives. I think that it's going to be history, and I'm looking forward to it because what we have learned from last two events, and see what we can really add value and how people will perceive this. Looking at participants, looking at the nominees, how well we can, like I said, it's all about winners. And like I said, this year I think we might have some big surprises in terms of even the competition has been very fierce. Like I said, we're looking at making some major announcements, hopefully in the coming weeks, in terms of even the presenter and things like that. So it's something that's really going to be interesting for us, and I'm sure this year is going to be something to look forward to.
Winner of the 2013 MATATO Maldives Travel Award for Leading Eco Resort, Soneva Fushi, the first Robinson Crusoe-style hideaway in the Maldives, is set on a privately owned island in Bar Atoll, the latest UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. The island is 1,400 metres long and 400 metres wide, making it one of the largest islands in the Maldives. Apart from the crystal clear waters and white beaches, the island's unusually rich vegetation offers a unique natural experience. Hidden among the deep, abundant greenery are the villas and private residences that make up the island's accommodation. Only steps away from the pristine coral reef and with views of either the sunset or sunrise, their style defines the understated rustic and luxurious charm that permeates the island. At 5,540 square metres, Soneva Fushi boasts the largest residence in the Indian Ocean and perhaps Southeast Asia. But such an accomplishment is not uncommon for Soneva Fushi, as the property lays claim to a number of firsts in the Maldives.
We were the first for many different aspects of what we interpret as luxury. One of them being our Cinema Paradiso, which is our amazing outdoor cinema, which you'll find at one end of the island. Fresh in the Garden, which is our signature organic restaurant. We have several different philosophies in terms of looking after our guests. We have Mr. Fridays as opposed to butlers, or Miss Fridays as well. We also have our wonderful organic gardens, which facilitate our kitchens, and also our herb gardens, our mushroom hut, and our laboratory, which also looks after that. But probably most important is our Slow Life Foundation, which is our charitable organisation, as well as EcoCentral, which is the sort of heart of everything that we do at Soneva Fushi in terms of waste to wealth and our recycling centre.
Soneva Fushi has long been a pioneer of eco-tourism, having put in place its now famous Eco-Centro Waste to Wealth to handle solid waste. They are proud to say that 74% of the island's solid waste is recycled, while the overall carbon footprint of Soneva Waste Management is negative 69 tonnes per year, which means their recycling efforts result in more carbon avoidance than produced.
Waste to wealth is the concept that we apply to a lot of our environmental activities. We're of course passionate about the environment here, but we also know it has to make financial and economic sense. And so that is encapsulated in the concept of waste to wealth. We compost 100% of our organic waste here on the island, so all the food waste from the kitchens, as well as the jungle trimmings that come from obviously an island of this size with the kind of jungle that we have. That material is all brought here to EcoCentro. where it is the jungle trimmings are chipped up and mixed with the food waste and composted here on site. That's a program that has been evolving for a couple of years. We're steadily improving what we do. The real priority here is to research techniques which will be applicable on other islands as well, because we're more than just serving our own needs. We're really keen to develop techniques across waste management to benefit or to work on other islands, whether it's local islands, other resorts. It's finding solutions for these various problems.
Soneva's pioneering vision has created a trend for back-to-nature holidays that challenge the traditional concept of luxury while paying attention to your eco-conscience. To some, the notion of intelligent luxury may perhaps simply mean travelling the world while immersing ourselves in other cultures and stunning locations. To Soneva Fushi, however, luxury is something that is rare and is therefore far from the generic experience of what is understood as luxurious. By continually challenging what is truly luxurious in the eyes of the guest, Soneva provides space where space is rare and focuses on creating delicious, 100% organic, fresh food, while at the same time creating enlightening experiences that tread on the earth.
When we talk about intelligent luxury, our guests of today are very well travelled. They're what we would deem as luxury is perhaps not was deemed 20 years ago. So we've sort of changed tack on that. Most of our guests live in concrete buildings. They travel, as Sono says, all the time in these boxed cars. They go to a boxed office and they live a very boxed life. It's a very set routine. When they come to Soneva Fushi, they absolutely can throw those things away. We take their shoes away so that they can touch the earth. We let them eat rocket that's grown, 2 minutes away from where they're sitting having lunch, and that it was only picked maybe less than 30 minutes before. So when we talk about intelligent, it means sustainable, and it also means our philosophies of wellness and organic foods.
Inspired by owners Sono and Eva, Soneva Fushi take their environmental and social responsibilities very seriously, and through its Slow Life Foundation they continue to take initiative in raising awareness and finding solutions to many important social and environmental issues.
Within the 2 or 3 islands that surround Soneva Fushi, we work hand in hand. The biggest project that we've done to date locally is very much our swim programme, and that came from our Slow Life Foundation initiative from last November. And all year we've been working with children from MATATO, and more importantly the mothers. We realised last year that the children within the atoll in Maldives couldn't swim. There were many families who didn't teach swimming. The schools didn't teach swimming. So we brought in some tutors from the States. They trained 10 of our key players within the water sports and launch section and with our surf manager. And we put together a whole programme around that, and even our Soneva Kiri property in Thailand sent people over to facilitate the swimming lessons for nearly 100 children and mothers.
As we've developed EcoCentro, as well as it being a working environment where we recycle a large number of different waste streams, we've also set it up so that it's an education centre. We run an eco camp every 3 months where we invite grade 7 children to come and spend a weekend with us, learning about what we do and developing their environmental awareness.
The owners and management recognise that it remains early days and that there is still a long way to go before there are solutions suitable for every island and resort, not only in Bar Atoll but right across the Maldives. This being said, they feel a great sense of pride to see such issues being discussed and actively supported more and more. With greater engagement from all stakeholders, they are certain better results will be seen. Their causes helped even further when their efforts received recognition from associations such as MATATO.
We truly believe that because we won the Eco Award last year, we were lucky enough to be put forward. We believe that that has had a positive effect on our Slow Life Foundation this year. We have one of the ministers specifically on our Slow Life Foundation Eco Symposium in November, and that played a part. I don't think if we had got the Eco Award last year, he would have felt the need to be part of the Soneva Slow Life Eco Symposium. So that was very helpful to us, and we want to continue that. We don't want just outsiders who live outside Maldives to be part of it. We want our inside people, our national people, to be very focused on what we can do here in the future.
Co-sponsor of this year's awards, the Hawks is a private limited company established in 2007 to provide expert logistics management resources to meet the client's challenges, especially in the area of supply of energy. They are a full-service logistics company specialising in commercial and domestic fuel delivery, performing work on both a negotiated and a competitive bid basis. The Hawks continue to provide one of the most diverse over 6 product lines and one of the youngest delivery fleets with leading brands of products in the market.
We can say the Hawks Private Limited is with the best distribution capacity in the country at the moment. The barges and the boats, we have no other supplier in Maldives can compete us at the moment.
Resort islands in Maldives need to be in operation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with energy being the most necessary resource for the operation. Having acquired extensive knowledge of the resort operations and its nature, the Hawks have a special concern to contribute to the biggest source of national income. The Hawks have therefore always remained committed to deliver fuel and other related facilities to the resorts on time, with the highest safety standards to protect the country's marine life and soft white sandy beaches. Having the opportunity to serve some of the best known hospitality brands is the result of their desire and dedication to meet the client's demands.
That is, the resort would decide the timing and everything, and like I said before, they are like the order quantity is less and the number of order placement is high, but now what they do is the quantity they order is high, so the number of loading will be less and the operation time for fuel loading and unloading will be comparatively low compared to the previous times. The barge standards, that sea level, and it should be like the pipes and everything we are using, that is up according to their resort requirements and their standards.
For the second successive year, the Hawks has supported the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards as a sponsor, recognising the important role the event plays in improving industry standards and also the opportunity it presents to meet up with existing and potential clients and to understand the current state of the industry.
We are trying to increase our market share in tourism industry. This award helps us to build our network with the resort procurement department and the heads of the resort. It helps to raise the standards. Even the guest houses, even the people who are supplying resort related items to the industry, everybody is trying to increase their standards. That's one thing I have noticed. Like for us, we are also trying to get okay, this is what they are looking for, so we are also trying to get the best equipments and also trying to provide the best services. Since we also have entered into the business, we want to see how, what are the parties that are getting the awards and what are the awards that you are looking into.
Co-sponsor of the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards 2014, Flyme is a privately owned Maldivian airline operated by Villa Air, which belongs to the Villa Group of companies. Now in its third year of operation, Flyme is involved in all aspects of life in Maldives, from providing flights to local passengers, tourist transfers and charter flights, to medical evacuations, sponsorships and many more.
Flyme, as a domestic brand, we started the operation of Villa Air's domestic flights on 1st of October 2011. So we just recently celebrated our 3rd anniversary. And for quite some years, the Villa Group, as you very well know, who is associated in tourism, has had the vision of business integration because the aviation is a very strong component for the tourism industry as well as the economic development of the country. We have been doing almost all the domestic routes out of and into Ibrahim Nasir International Airport, except Soneva Fushi. And temporarily we also did cut back on some of the low yield routes such as Kaddu and Hanimadu. But on peak times like Eid holidays recently or during school holidays, we normally cover all the 9 airports, including Malé International and Villa International Airport, Mamili.
The geographical arrangement of the Maldives and the constant development of new resorts have brought about a need for better transport and connectivity to handle the increase in tourist arrivals and improve travel efficiency. As a result, there are now more transport options available for tourists and locals to choose from than ever before. As a relative newcomer to the market, Flyme has worked hard to quickly establish itself alongside longer running carriers. Factors that have perhaps given Flyme a competitive edge is the flexibility and efficiency of their service and the product they offer.
A lot of these airlines come to the Maldives in the late afternoon and evening hours, which gives us an advantage because the traditional seaplanes do not fly at night. That is one aspect that we were able to take the competitive advantage. The second is we started with a very good aircraft, with reasonably new aircrafts, and the market reacted very positively to it, and it has become a preferred airline for even our own Maldivian brothers and sisters, as well as the tourism industry. Of course, as a new airline, it's quite an uphill task. The investments that are required, the human resources and the capital that is required to develop it. So we are trying to do this business as a steady growth. We still have only 4 aircraft, so we are not able to give the services as frequently as the resorts demand and also as the domestic market demands. But hopefully we will increase the fleet progressively, and we hope to enjoy a decent share of the market in the Maldives.
Flyme belongs to the same group of companies as the recently opened Villa International Airport, and so naturally has strong interest in the ongoing developments taking place on Marmingli Island. While introduced primarily as a domestic airport, the plan for Marmingli Airport in the medium to long term is to try and attract international traffic, and being closely located to Mali, it has the potential to be the best alternative to Ibrahim Nasser International Airport.
We are looking to alleviate some of the congestion at Ibrahim Nasser International Airport by allowing single-aisle jets, smaller aircrafts, smaller jets around 160 to 170 passengers to be able to come directly into Marmingli. In order to do that, of course, we have to add certain facilities such as critical fueling and ground handling and passenger handling capabilities. So in the long term, we believe it will become a full-fledged international airport as the tourism increases, and we will be able to share some of the international traffic that is come to the Maldives.
With an ambitious chairman and equally ambitious team, Flyme is always looking to add new services and products to its ever-expanding operation. This year has already seen the announcement of an exciting whale shark-inspired seaplane, which they hope to have in full operation by the end of the year. Further down the line, there are plans to introduce other aviation experiences, as well as a training school for young pilots. But perhaps the most significant advancement in terms of growing Flyme's global market position is the potential addition of new routes to South and Southeast Asia.
Once we have stabilized our domestic services, we would hope to go into the region first, perhaps into Sri Lanka, India, and then expand further out into perhaps Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, and westward, maybe even Abu Dhabi, Oman, these areas. Also, we hope to introduce in the not too distant future a freight service, a regional freight service, which a lot of resorts are asking us if we could do, even domestic distribution.
Having been indirectly involved with the previous 2 editions of the MATATO Maldives Travel Awards through the Villa properties and Marmingli Airport respectively, this year Flyme decided to take part for the first time as a co-sponsor in its own right.
We wanted to be actively supporting such events, and both our airport as well as Villa Air Flyme, within the resource limitations we have, we would like to be party to it, and it has always been a fairly visible, fairly high visibility event. Of course, the strongest point for us is the networking opportunity we get at the event, and then just running up to the latter stages of the event, we get in touch with likes of you and other colleagues who are also participating in the event. So we get to spread the word and to become colleagues and introduce ourselves. So it's a networking potential is valuable to us.